of our newer consultants, and she is figuring things out and making her way and getting online leads. And she was able to recently attend a January Jumpstart, which they had up in her area in Oregon. So let's give it up for Miss Sandy Kellogg.
Yeah,
All right.
so it was actually really interesting. I finally got connected with the Oregon people. And then over the Christmas holiday, everybody was sick. Because we originally were gonna all meet together for the holiday, and then everybody got sick, so we canceled it. So actually the first time I met all these women was at Jumpstart. So it's the Oregon January Jumpstart, and they do it every year. And then all the directors take off for leadership conference, like literally that night or the next day. Um, but what was kind of interesting was that this room full of people, there was probably 12 directors in the room with pink coats, pink jackets. And they all spoke, they all take turns very quickly. Every year they rotate who's going to do what subjects so that you're not hearing the same subject by the same person each single year. They rotate that around so you get a different perspective from different directors. I'm going to butcher names because I don't know all these women. Um, but every one of them, there was only a few that I didn't take notes because it was more like the emotion of it. They weren't giving like hard um things to do like some of them did. The ones that I wrote notes on were like, you need to do this every day or whatever. So the first one we heard from, which some of you may know, Denise, I know you do, because when we text back and forth, you were like, yep, I know who she is. Pamela Cruz Marzik. Hopefully I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
She has been a director for 40 years. She trained with Mary Kay. She had a little different, like some of us that were sitting at the table. So each table was like a different unit within Oregon. And they were sitting with their directors or tried to, but we kind of talked about, well, yeah, that's a little old school. And we all agreed that we probably wouldn't do everything she said, but hers was fun anyway. So I'm just going to read through my notes. And just as I'm kind of reading through, I'll tell you a little bit about them. So, yep, she's been in there for 40 years. She trained with Mary Kay herself. One of the things she said, which probably is written here somewhere, is that she doesn't like social media at all. So she doesn't use it. So this is, we were sitting around the room going, yeah, that doesn't really work with today's clientele necessarily. So she's like, stay off of social media, don't do anything with social media. And we all kind of had to giggle a little bit. But mindset, she said she follows Tony Robbins. And he's got some podcasts and books. And so she just kind of started throwing these names out with Tony Robbins. So keep good thoughts, power move to stop bad thoughts. So apparently Tony Robbins has some deal about if you're having bad thoughts, to get up and do a power move to get those out, the thoughts out about how you're not sufficient or you know, able to do this job, get up and walk or whatever. And then read Mind Shift. I think that was by him, but I didn't write that down. But the book or whatever it is called Mind Shift. Then she said, begin each day with quiet time. So this is where it started to kind of get interesting. Like I get the Tony Robbins things and the different podcasts and whatever. But she said, begin each day with quiet time, 45 minutes with God and reading. So it kind of made me think about, Denise, what you told us, right, when we were in McCall. What does 2025 say to you? This is the year of the big wave. So decide what it's like and what you will do. So she kept talking about how this is the year of the wave. And it's a wave in your life. It's a wave in your business. It's a wave in Mary Kay, as she's kind of talked about with the other companies, how they've changed to affiliate agreements with their consultants or whatever, and that Mary Kay is stable and not going to be changing how they do business with us, right? And so there's going to be a big wave because people are going to start pulling away from those other programs and maybe looking at something else that's a better program. So that's this wave that she thinks is going to be happening with Mary Kay. Change blows the lid off. Do the things you're hesitant to do. Hand out business cards, get their name, make the call. And this is where she kind of like stay off of social media, don't text people, don't, DM them or whatever on social media. You need to pick up the phone and talk to them because they want to hear your voice. Then she did The 5 Lessons of Life by Dr. Seuss. Number 1, today you are you. Number 2, why fit in when you are born to stand out? 3, brains and head, feet and shoes. She's like, think about it and go do the work. Like your brain is in your head, think about what you need to do, and then get your shoes on and go, right? Be who you are, say what you feel, and behave as if this day is the day you will remember forever. And then journal every day with your successes. Journal every day with your successes. Let's see. That was the end of hers. The next one was Kristen Browning. And she talked, what I wanted to tell you guys, the whole theme of this was um what are your superpowers? So they were talking about what each one of them thinks their superpower is so that we could understand how they've gotten to where they are today with their pink jackets. So Kristen Browning was about leads, booking, and selling. So she is the one, yes, she is the one. She was really young, probably in her late 20s, maybe. She has really blonde hair, and then she's got it streaked, bright, bright hot pink, right? And what she wore was even really young dressing. So right away we were all like, oh wow, she's different, right? Like, like bang, there I am, right? And so then when she started to talk, what was interesting about her speech was that she lives in a really small town in Oregon, which I have never even heard of. You can probably go and Google her or Facebook her so you can see. We had a meeting right after you all went to leadership conference. Then that next Monday, they had a meeting where Wendy, who's the Oregon director that Denise has got me hooked up with, was not on that meeting. It was being led by some of these other women, and she's there. And I have I took a screenshot of the meeting because she was on that so that you could all see her. And I'll show that if you are all downloaded in our Voxer group so you can see. But anyway, what she talked about was leads, booking, and selling leads. She started her business in this very small podunk town in Oregon, which I've never even heard of, using facial boxes. She talked a lot about the facial boxes. Put them everywhere. They will generate party leads for you. So she talked about how she went to the local Les Schwab and asked them if she could put a party box in there or a facial box. Where people put in their name that they say they want to have a party or they want to have a facial. And then she would go check them like every week and a half, 1 week to week and a half, and grab all the names out of the box. And then she would just start calling them and booking their appointments. Restaurant promotions. She did restaurant promotions. I was like, okay, I've heard about the facial boxes before, but what are restaurant promotions? She literally picks a table at a restaurant and sets up her stuff so that as people would walk into the restaurant, they'll see her with her Mary Kay, whatever she had set out on the table, and they hopefully would come by and ask her about it. And then she would tell them, what she does, and she would book appointments off of that. Pass out free samples to business women, do warm chatting with friends and family. She attends festivals and events, school stuff, school festivals and events, Facebook events, follow up with calls to customers, and then join a local group. Whatever your local group is, join them so that you can get your name out there. And then booking. She tries to do 50 attempts per week, which will equal 10 per day. New facials end up being follow-up appointments, end up going to a glamour appointment, right? So She does a facial, then she does a follow-up appointment with them or talks to them, and then she schedules them for a color or a glamour. And so that's what she just goes down that line with all her people. Then she does booking extras. She calls them booking extras. They are ultimate spa parties, where she does new product demos and just does it's just like a spa day with her customers, which was kind of interesting. And she calls it ultimate spa party. So you want to have an ultimate spa party with you and your girlfriends, and we're gonna do the whole thing. We're gonna do, the facial masking, we're gonna do hands, we're gonna do feet, the whole shebang. Um, she does every quarter, she follows up with her customers with new products. So she's always going back and circling around every quarter and calls her customers who have purchased with her and says, "Hey, these are the new products," probably centered more about when they've gotten the lookbook. And is there anything you want? And then selling. So that was all about leads and booking. Selling, she talked about pre-profiling your people, really focusing on their target areas, any allergies or skin issues they may have. At the party, she shares the skincare, obviously, and then she'll add in some extra items at the end of the party. Like she'll do the facial party, right? Go through all the cleansing system, maybe do a mask. But then at the end, she'll bring out like, here's some other extra items that maybe may want to think about. And so she gave an example, like she'll maybe do the eye patches or highlight, something different. The product, she says, not highlight how the product makes them feel, not the ingredients in the product necessarily, right? This product, like the eye patches, your eyes are going to feel really cool. They're going to feel less puffy, and moisturized. She talks about those senses because she said that's what people kind of really hone in on is how is it going to make me feel if I use this thing, right? And not necessarily anything else. Decide on specifics before the party to try to upsell. So, like if you're having a facial, what is it product that you want to bring towards the end to try to do that upsell? Like, oh, yeah, by the way, here's these patches, eye patches, and these are how they're going to make you feel. Because they've already decided that they want the skincare system, but they may not have decided on the eye patches until you bring them out at the end. And then because you're focusing on the senses, then they're like, oh, yeah, we'll throw that into my purchase. She also does a baby basket of discontinued items that she brings out at the end. So she'll bring that out. These are all the discontinued items, show them at the end of the party and how much you're willing to discount the price for them. So it's just like a good way to move off discounted items and, like, oh, by the way, I just happen to have a basket of these discounted items if anybody wants to look through it. And, they're 50% off or whatever. Somebody else, there was another, this is totally outside of this, but somebody else said, if the discount doesn't feel scary enough for you, you haven't put on a big enough discount. Like it needs to make you go, right? Go live on your VIP Facebook group, show the application of new products, highlight new items, and then she does a mascara club. That was the end of her thing. She has a mascara club with all her clients. Wendy, I'm gonna kill her last name because I don't say it enough to learn how to say her name, but you know how to say it, Denise, right?
Shubal, Wendy
Jubal,
Shubal?
Jubal,
Yeah.
yeah. So she's the director that Denise has hooked me up with, which by the way, I love her. She is
Mhm.
hilarious. Um, and she was hilarious with her presentation, but she talked about customer retention. So know what you do well and do that. Um, you should be able to you should be the only MK consultant that they meet. Like they shouldn't have anybody else, including Walmart, Target, the drugstore, whatever. Like if they need something, they need to think of you first before they go run to Target to buy that thing. Does that make sense? Right? Be great with who you know and who they know. Like she kept talking about you want to give them the Nordstrom treatment, right? So the 5 to 10 of your customers and their friends, those are the people that you want to get to know. So she talked about how we all just start out with a few friends and family in our new business. But once we have the party with them, it's their people that they brought in. And then you want to party with them and their people. And that's how she grew. And she's treated all of them with that Nordstrom treatment. So then she really got into some of that information. So always do the 2 plus 2 plus 2. So because follow-up is key. Don't assume that they are okay and don't assume that no news is good news. In other words, if they haven't called you and asked for anything or text you, don't assume that they're okay. You need to call them and say, "Is there anything I can do for you? What are you needing? How are you doing on that product you bought, 2 months ago? Are you running low? Is it time to reorder?" Just coming back and being like so that you're in their mind always, I guess is how to say it. So then she said, challenge. How many clients do you have? Make sure you're doing the PCP program. She's like, that is a must. You have to do the PCP program. And it was so funny because I hadn't done it yet. I was just kind of waiting and I knew I had some time. And then I was like, no, I'm going to go home and sign up who I have on the PCP, which I've done it every quarter. And then what was so funny is I had 2 clients new clients the day of that it was due, the 17th, who said, "Yeah, I want to look, I want to do this, and yes, put me on the PCP program." So I was like, "Oh my gosh," hitting it at, the witching hour before it shut down and getting them put on. So it was kind of funny, but so PCP is not optional. All desire the new lookbook. They want it. They may not be telling you they want it, but they want the new lookbook and they want the sample that's in there. So that is like the key to keeping them hooked and in your or you in their mind. Remember the dates of when the PCP is. She went over this. It's 4 times a year. February for the spring lookbook, May is summer, September is the fall/holiday, and November is winter. Always. It never changes. So remember that and be ready to get those submitted. Um, then she talked about how to increase your business, and she's been hounding this with us. I've had a couple of meetings with her now with the group, and we have talked about this every time. So consider increasing your business by 13% every quarter. So, for example, it's either 13% or 10 new clients per quarter. So it just kind of depends on how many clients you have to start with. So if you only have like 2 clients, then you don't want to do it by 13%. You actually want to do 10 new clients per quarter, right? But if you have 50 clients already, then you can go ahead and times it by the 13%. And that's what you want to do for the next quarter. So then she really got into the numbers. And I know these are really similar to what Denise has already shared with us, but she talked about 1 new client per week is the 10 in a quarter is what you want to strive for. This is maintenance only. So 20 customers equals 5 per month, which equals $250, which usually a quarter of your customers will order every 30 to 60 days. So she talked about if you get that new client and they spend $250, great, right? But they're not going to order again for another 30 to 60 days. So that's why you want to keep that new client rolling and keep going back to the old clients and checking in with them every 30 to 60 days because they'll probably put in a new order. But if you only have the 10 clients, or you're only getting 250 every quarter, that's just maintenance to keep us running a business, right? To get our 50% off. So then she talked about 50 clients equals $650. 150 clients equals $3,000. So she was talking about you don't want to stop here at the 10. You want to keep growing because you want to be beyond maintenance, right? You want to be actually making some money. She talked about year-end report for your inventory. Of course, it is the 1st of January when we met, so that was the hot topic. Use this information to plan out your year, though. She talked about really looking at the inventory that you sold over the year, who's bought what, because then you can kind of figure out the trend with them. What are they buying every single time? And making sure that when you start your inventory for the new year, you're making sure you have plenty of that to meet their needs. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Like trending that thought process with your clients? Okay. The percentage of increase that will be needed to meet what they order. So you need to make sure you have new client, inventory on hand, but then that inventory to meet the needs of your already established clients, figuring out what they buy every single quarter. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. Um, give first rate Nordstrom service. So now she went into real detail about this. Always provide a gift with purchase. Um, use your 50% off promotions, like when Mary Kay does the special with us and says we're going to do this reduced price on this product. Like when they did the mint foot cream with the socks was at a reduced rate. She's like, buy them up. Like buy as many as you possibly can, because then you're going to turn around. You may not sell all of them right away during that season, but you can use them as gifts later in the year. So when Mary Kay gives us the discount, buy those so that we can gift them. Um, that just helps build your, like, always whenever they make a purchase, give a gift. Then you can pick from that. Oh, I got that at a reduced rate already, so I'm going to go ahead and give that out. Always give your purchases in nice bags with nice tissue paper. And then she talked about this. Yeah, okay. Focus on skincare and current colors if it's a new client, and then send everybody a thank you note, either in the bag with their new products that they've purchased, or send it in the mail, a thank you card in the mail. And she really kind of hounded on that. Like, well, I wish I should have brought them up into my room, but we have the little square like thank you cards we can get that just says thank you. Throw that in the bag, but then go and get thank you cards that you can write and mail in the mail, and mail them a thank you card after their purchase. And just like, and write it out, like not the pre-done thank you cards that say thank you, blah, 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 but a blank one that has a pretty like front, and then you open it up and it's blanks for you to write in, and write them a personal note. She talked about that's part of the Nordstrom, the way you want to treat people is the nice bag tissue paper, a little thank you card in there, and a free gift. But then that thank you card that you mail to them, and being really personal about how much they mean to you, that they're contributing to your business. Also with that mailing, use cute stamps, bright envelopes, bright colors. Don't do the standard like flag stamp that you can buy. Go to the post office and get cute stamps that you can put on there. Create a 1-year strategy plan. So number one, in this 1-year strategy plan, do 2 in-person events per year. They like to do May and October. The date should never change. Customers will rely on that date. If you have 50 or less customers, have an in-house event. If you have more than 50 customers, pair up with a fellow consultant, and do it together at either a venue, or it's, if you have the area, at one of the consultants' house, if that makes sense. Like, I could never house 50 people in my house. I wouldn't know where to put them. But if I had a friend that had, or another consultant that lives nearby that has space available that could really put many people in, and these are like their open house events, right? So she does an open house in May, and then she does an open house in October. Oh, this one's, I have started this. Back to the one, don't train customers to wait for your sale, right? Train them that if they want to have the sell item, they're going to do it during this open house, which happens 2 times a year. Figure out when that is. So this one I've started doing, create a birthday club. Send a cute text to all customers, starting a birthday club, and I need to know what your birthday is. And the beginning of the month, send them a postcard with 20% off with, if they have a party. And it's a month-long shopping spree that they have. And then the week of their birthday, send them a birthday card. So what you're doing is, let's say the birthday's in September. So September 1st, you let them know it's your birthday month. And so all month you have the ability to shop for 20% off. So if we book a party, you'll have 20% off that party, but you'll have the shopping link all month long for your birthday. Does that make sense? Okay. I just want to know that everybody's following me because I'm just reading through it. And then she also does an unbirthday party, which is the month of her birthday. This was Wendy again. Remember, she was giving this advice. So the month of her birthday, she hosts an unbirthday party that whole entire month. And she said this really works well with people who have 10 or less customers. That she'll have this unbirthday party, and it's just a celebration of all her clients, regardless of when their birthday is. It's all going to be done on the unbirthday month. And she actually hosts them in her house. Nope. She actually, great. My husband was just checking to see if I'm done. No, she hosts them at her house. And then what she does is, and I can't remember when her birthday month was, but it wasn't May or October. She hosts them at her house and she does the whole shebang. She gets a cake. She's got snacks laid out. She does an ultimate spa party and a color rematching to start the year. I think her birthday is February. That's why it made sense. So for the start of the year coming into the spring calendar, she'll do color rematching for everybody because spring's right around the corner and now we need to get your color rematch for the sun you're going to be getting, right? And the change of color. So gift giving service she does for major holidays and other major gift giving needs, such as, and she listed them, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Easter, and Christmas are the ones that she does, like what April showed us about putting the packages together and saying, here, if you're looking for a gift for Valentine's Day, I've already got them ready for you. She said, stay away from service holidays like Labor Day, Memorial Day, Veterans Day, because those are for our service members and we don't want to intrude with Mary Kay. She really had a good reason for not doing gift giving ideas for service days, if that makes sense. Yeah, Samantha, true. I could totally understand, like, it's their day. I'm not going to sell you Mary Kay stuff, right? She also talked about she said she hasn't even gotten this accomplished yet, but she talked about creating a 40 client binder. Those who spend $1,000 or more per seminar year, she creates this binder of people. And she said, I don't even have 40 in that binder yet, but it's her 40 client binder. And she just lists out or puts in their names of the clients that have spent $1,000 or more in a seminar year. She uses this information to track commonly purchased products, again, that inventory thing, and links new products with previous purchases, and then 1 to 2 like upsell products. So if they're constantly buying this stuff, then she looks at what are their trends, and then what is it with the new products that coming out that she can go, oh, look, this will work really good with what you're already doing, right? Does that make sense? Have a Facebook VIP page and schedule posts. Do Facebook lives 2 times per week in there, which increases interaction. Like, people don't interact if you just do a post, like a static post of a picture, or you've text something in your post, which I'm very guilty of. But when you get on and do a Facebook Live, you're going to have more people interacting with that. And that's what you want to have. So that's why she was talking about doing it 2 times a week. So it's kind of funny. We heard from Pamela who said, stay off of social media. And then Wendy's telling us to do Facebook VIP pages and do Facebook Lives twice a week. The other one, the next one who came was Ashley Graves. Now, I don't know how many of you are reading Applause, right? But she was featured in this last Applause book. Ashley Graves, she's from Silverton. She used to be a school teacher. And I don't have a lot written about her, but we were laughing through, I didn't write a lot because we were laughing through her presentation the entire time. She used to be a school teacher and she was shocked when, okay, so here's her story. So her sister, they were both in college, and her sister, who's older, signed up to be a Mary Kay consultant. So then her sister, one of her first bookings was with Ashley. And it was like, I want to have a Facebook party with you. You know, I'm a brand new Mary Kay consultant. I want to do this Facebook party with you. And she's like, no, I don't want to do this. Like, she was like being all dramatic and showing us how she was reacting. I don't want to do this. And she's like, yes, you have to do that. So fine, you know, like back and forth, bickering back and forth and debating whether or not to do it. She finally gave in and said, fine, we'll have this Facebook party. She didn't even pay attention during the party. Her sister picked out her skincare system that she was going to put her in. She's like, okay, whatever. I don't even care. I don't even want to have anything to do with this. And then she was like, one day she had ran out of her, you know, Walmart bought products that she had. So she's like, dang, I'm going to have to go use that product that my sister put together for me. She started using it, and within a week, she fell in love with it and knew right away, this is like the bomb stuff. She said, then I had to gravel and tell my sister, hey, I really like this stuff. And then she ran out of it, and she had to call her back and say, okay, how do I get it? Because I can't use anything else now. And then, so again, another groveling of with her sister, like, you need to order me some more of this bomb stuff. And then she said, she graduated from her program from college to be a school teacher. She got her first job, and then when they were telling her how much she was going to make in her job as a school teacher, she's like, you've got to be kidding me, because it was so low. And she knew that she could make money with Mary Kay. So she signed up to be a Mary Kay consultant. Look at my thumb went up. She signed up to be a Mary Kay consultant, and she's never looked back. Like, she doesn't, I don't think she teaches anymore at all. I think this is all she does, which she's in applause. So we were rolling when she was telling this story because it was just hilarious. And now she's got a pink coat, right? And she's young, like she's probably in her mid 30s, I'm going to guess. But anyway, go pull the applause open and go look for her. Next was, and I am almost done actually, Jody Conway. She talked about recruiting and leadership and team building. She's like, Mary Kay is a legacy, so pass it on. Like, she really kind of honed in on her, you know, Mary Kay starting in the early 60s, her building that whole legacy we've all been knowing about and reading about and learning about. And that, you know, the whole legacy of Mary Kay herself, we need to pass that on. And she kind of brought up how, you know, we're losing these national directors, and because they're all retiring and we need to build new ones. But she said she reads Mary Kay's autobiography every single year. She rereads it. Don't complicate it. And so this is in quotes, so it must be a Mary Kay quote. Don't complicate it. Our job is to get product on skin. Be duplicatable. Basics: book, sell, book, share, recruit, ask which list do you want to be on, my VIP list of clients or as a consultant. So I'll do that again. The basics are book, sell, book again, share and the experience, share the ability to be a consultant. So recruit them. And so the question is, I want to know which list you want to be on with me. Do you want to be my VIP client, or do you want to be a consultant with me? Know the company consultant challenges, such as reach 30 faces per month. So touch 30 faces per month, track it, do it united with Mary Kay family, sisters, and encouragers. So I know, like, hearing Kelly Dart doing her 30, how many faces did you do, Kelly? You can put it in the chat if you don't want to say, but it really made me think about
54.
54. Like, she talked about that. And I think she did something really similar to that, but really talked about every month you should be doing 30 faces a month. You should be striving to do 30 faces a month. Okay, that was her story. So that one was really good. I really liked hers as well. Erin Thielman. She talked about time and emotional management. So she talked about this is your year, be selfish. When things are bad, move on. She really talked about just don't think about the negativity, don't think about the no's, don't think about whatever that negative thought process, just move on and keep doing your business. Don't vasculate on anything negative. So she really talked about endorphins and how it's the pleasure hormone. So what makes you happy, you need to really think, what makes me happy, and do those things. Find those moments every day throughout the day of things that make you happy and go do them. So it's again kind of going back to the whole like Tony Robbins thing about moving to get rid of the bad thoughts. Um So she talked about some different tools to help manage emotion. Use those tools that help you maintain control when things are rough. So then she talked about she listens to a podcast again, Mel Robbins, 7 minutes to start 2025. Apparently, I haven't heard it yet because I haven't done this. I'm bad. I wrote these all down and then I haven't done them yet. But she said, listen to Mel Robbins' podcast about 7 minutes to start 2025. That's the title. And how to make next year, 2025, the best with 7 questions. Again, these are podcasts from Mel Robbins. And then set your yearly goals. Set them. What are the intentions of those goals? And then she talked about being consistent, wake up at the same time every day, go to bed at the same time. Um, um, I don't know what this says, but get your stuff done. She really is. She's like one of these OCD people. You could tell by what she was telling us that she's very OCD. Apparently, she's got like 5 kids, or there's more than five or more kids, and I think they're all boys. And she she really has to rely on everything being kind of really very organized in the household so that she can get her business done. She has a family calendar. It's a Google calendar that is shared with everybody in the family so that they all know when she's available or when she's not available. She exercises again, that has to do with the endorphins. Endorphins are better person if you are healthy. Use smart watch to exercise, go to the gym, go to take classes at the gym, which is a great place to meet new clients. Like she really talked about, I go to the gym every day, and this is where I've met the majority of my clients. She talked about meal planning. She told us she uses an app called Meal Lime, Mealime, Meal Lime, and that it saves money. You can set it for healthy choices, like if you do keto or Mediterranean, and she doesn't have any junk food in the house. So she really talked about like the bigger, like family management picture, because the more healthier and organized you can be within your own space, your house, then you can get the work done with your job, this job. She said, everybody needs to have a girls' trip. So take the girls' trip. And it's important for your support system and being away with your family and having no judgment in that. So again, that mental break, that mental, emotional time for yourself with your girlfriends. Make list of what brings you joy and then do it. Brain dump, email self. She does this, a brain dump. She emails herself every night with tomorrow's to-do list. And I was like, why email? Just make the list or put it on your calendar or something. You can do tasks in your Google calendar, but she emails herself every night for tomorrow's do list. Understand that you can't control what you can't control. Redirect those emotions. So if it's something bad that's happened and it's out of your control, don't sit and ponder on it. Move on. Again, back to the first part of what she said. She does say limit social media. Set a timer, have a purpose when you're on your social media. Don't just sit there and scrolling reels. Have an actual like intention of being on there because you're going to be posting about your business or about your family life so that you're showing how you're just like everybody else, right? Be intentional about that. Delegate tasks with that structure at home, delegate stuff off so that you're not the one doing everything. Um, just say no. Don't say yes unless it brings you joy or purpose. So don't be afraid to say no. If it's not working, fix it. Find resources to fix it. And then she talked about, because she's got like all these kids, she uses a calm parenting podcast that she listens to every day. Okay, I think I just froze up. Let me know if I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you,
Okay.
but your face did freeze for a second.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to turn off my video. I'm going to try to turn off my video. Okay, it won't even let me turn off my video.
That's okay. Maybe it'll come back on.
Yeah. She listens to Mel Robbins podcasts every day and then make 2 lists. What brings me stress and what brings me joy. She talked about that. And then that was it. That was it. That was all the speakers that we had. It was really fun and it was interesting hearing other directors talk about their day and or their business or how they put this all together and how they make this work. It was really interesting. And I can, if you want me to, I can write up these notes and you know, email them to Denise to send out or whatever if you want. Because I know it's a
Yeah.
lot. We were all writing feverishly. You can't see me because my video's still gone, but we were all like taking notes feverishly, trying to get all this information.
That would be great, Sandy. Thank you. I know I already have 4 pages of notes just from what you shared,
I know.
and I didn't get it all.
Like, I got this, by the way, I won this because they were giving away gifts. You know, they were having like a raffle. So we did a raffle and then they were pulling them out. And I actually won like 4 different things, but it was, look at this. Isn't that cute?
Yes.
Look at this. Like, can you see it? It's a,
Oh, it's sparkly, a little diamond.
yeah. Anyway. That's what I
Great
have.
job, by the way.
Well, Sandy, it's so, number one, I want to say one thing. Your skin, every time I see you, is getting smoother and younger and fresher. And I've really noticed a change in your skin since I met you.
So I started using the wrinkle eliminator because I have some
Okay.
wrinkles right here, and then I have a
Yeah.
big one right here. And then it was funny, I was showing one of my customers, the one who just did my, I was going to tell you guys about that. The one who just did my last purchase, the skin analyzer. So I did the skin analyzer and I was like, oh, it's different than when I first did it with Kelly, which I wish I would have saved a picture of the results of that because it was showing me where all my wrinkles were at. But I've been doing,
I still have the email.
okay. Well, but the picture, like where it shows you where your wrinkles are at, I wish I would have screenshotted that. Anyway, I started the wrinkle eliminator over the Thanksgiving holiday. And then I took another picture after 4 weeks. And then I just did another picture a few days ago and I posted it on Facebook. You can see the difference.
Yes.
And this one I hadn't, there's a wrinkle right here that I hadn't really recognized. And the wrinkle eliminator said, you have one right there. So I just started doing this, but like the wrinkles on my forehead are like way less. And even the wrinkles like around my eyes are less. So, it is awesome.
It is absolutely awesome. Same on here for me.
Yeah.
And I got to get an after for my husband. But I just wanted to, first of all, tell you that and give you that feedback. And thank you for just so graciously volunteering to share. And also, I'm so glad that you had the opportunity and took the opportunity to attend that event up there because I know how busy you are in your life and you're really getting your business amped up. And we're going to hear again from you. I know Kelly probably hasn't told you yet, but I know you've got some other things going that you've done quite a bit of footwork on. So we're going to have you guys train us on that again too.
Pink
On this
Desk.
Facebook
Yeah,
pop-up
I
stuff.
will train you guys on Pink Desk.
Yeah.
Soon. Once you tell me I can do that, but I'm going to tell you, I got it all set up and everything was working fine. And then I went and created a new lead magnet. and I totally destroyed my whole thing. Like,
Oh,
I don't know what I did, but all of my lead magnets were bad. And so I had to work with them to get them all fixed. And now we got them all fixed. It was actually really simple. Um, and then there's so much more stuff they do. So I have been afraid to move out of the lead magnet creation into the other stuff this program does because I wanted to get this stuff all fixed. And it actually took me about a month because I got sick, they got sick, so I couldn't get on with them to get my stuff fixed because everybody, with this respiratory thing that's going around, it's like,
yeah.
you're out for 2 weeks.
But I just wanted to kind of validate you because I know how busy your day job is. I know you've got other passions, with nutrition and things, but you took a lot of time and put a lot of footwork into that. And I know together with you and Kelly, got a lot of stuff figured out for us to be able to. So we're going to be hearing from you again soon. But you guys, I just I know there's a few comments in the chat box. But I wondered if you guys wouldn't mind just taking just a quick minute and just giving Sandy some validation and maybe your takeaway real quick.
Yeah.
I'll
You
just
can
say real
unmute.
quick and let the consultants join in afterwards, but I love that one of the directors commented on how important it is to do a personalized thank you note to everybody, because I still have customers who will text me, I got your card in the mail today. You made me feel so special. Thank you. Just because they didn't get a bill in the mail. They got a thank you card and actually mailing it. And I don't know, mine aren't cute and pink. I mean, the card's cute, but it's not anything special as far as this. It just is a love stamp. But the fact that you hand write it and that you personalize it and customize it for them and your time with them, I think makes a huge difference in building that relationship with your customers. So I'm really glad to see that someone else has shared that again, because I live and swear by it. So I'll let others know. Great
So
job,
what I
Sandy.
did was I went to Amazon and I just looked at different sizes of gift bags and I found I think there's like 40 different gift bags with paper, the tissue paper. And then I went on Amazon and ordered I can't remember how many there are thank you cards. And so I was like, I'm just gonna throw this into the business. Like this is a business expense, right?
Totally.
Yeah. It's better than just handing them the thing. Like, here's your stuff, right? It's just nice. And I do agree. I think that's the way it should be done. I did appreciate that.
Nice. Anybody else?
I wanted to say thanks for your training tonight too. And it's so funny how different speakers resonate with different parts of it. So my biggest takeaway from the last speaker, I think, was the stress list and the joy list. That's one of the things that I've been kind of working through and navigating. And so that list really spoke to me. And then the being intentional and, like the meal prep and being so focused and so able to like plan your day instead of letting your like day plan you.
Right.
Mhm. Like April, I have pages of notes. Anybody else?
I just want to say, Sandy, that I just think you're freaking amazing because you do. I know you're busy. I know you're super busy. So to take this on and do it so well is awesome. And even though I wish we could see you more often in person, I'm super happy for you that you've found a crew there to be with. And the thing that stuck out to me, it's the simplest thing that we all know, and yet you still said it, and it could easily have been glossed over because it's just one of those things that that you
Yeah.
have to follow up. You have to follow up. And like, I know I needed to hear that. So I'm glad you said it, because if you hadn't, I would have been like, I'm good. I don't need to do it. I'm good. I don't need to do anything. I'm fine, even though I know I need to. So the fact you said it just makes me go, okay, okay.
Yep.
So great job.
Thank you.
For those of you that may not know, Sandy, we will of course be up in her stomping grounds because Career Conference is up there in Portland. She lives in Salem, but she's also the Dean of Nursing at a college up there. And, married, daughter, grandbaby, all the things that we all have. And I appreciate your curiosity and interest and dedication to digging into a lot of the techie stuff, because that's my area of opportunity for growth. So I appreciate you for that too. Anybody else? I have one quick little motivational closing because I want to stay on time here. We decided we were going to really try to keep the meetings to an hour, and of course it went away. Okay.
Close.
Anybody
It's
have
seven.
a fun little motivational closing statement? That was motivational enough, but. All right, Sandy, thank you so much. Thank all of you. And again, put it on Voxer if you want to take advantage or be a part of our giveaway that we're going to be doing, you know, a handbag or a purse or cash for the Peek into Pinks, and kind of commit to it and get motivated on getting people on there. If you need a script, if you need a strategy, let me know. But I'd love to see a sea of reds and on target directors at Career Conference. All right, you guys.
Did not listen to the hotline today. I'm going to just put a plug in real quick for that too, because it was so good. And if you missed it, or if you're not able for whatever reason to listen to it as you're washing your face before you go to bed tonight, check it out on the Facebook page because it was a really good one.
It's a daily thing. Like April said, mental daily bath, listen to the hotline, do some affirmations, do some Mary Kay training and getting a booking a day. If that's all you did in your Mary Kay business, you'd be building a lot over time and building yourself and expanding. Can you believe it's already the 21st of January? Let's go. Let's get this done. We have another solid month to make some magic happen, to really create momentum for the end of the seminar year. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye.
Candy. Bye. Good night.
Bye.
Good night.